And certainly what would look like a nervous shot as he pulls the ball to the right of his target. He leaves the 4, the 6, and the 10. The only good news for Rick Lawrence right now is to get that out of his system early. Better to open early in the game, you know, than to do it late when it can really devastate you.
Go for count here. It's an nearly impossible split.
Yeah, he'll just shoot the 6 to 10.
Picks up 2, and so Rick Lawrence opens the door for Mike Aulby early. And when you think of one of the all-time great players, you're looking at him right here, Mike Aulby. First shot for Aulby, right in the pocket, making his first telecast of '99. He's really been kind of in a dry spell.
Well, he has. And for Mike Aulby, we see the ball track out to about the 7 board, come right back into the 1-2 pocket, and takes care of all the work. Opportunity to take a larger lead. He leads by 11 pins right now with a strike in a second to make it 21. And very important for Aulby to put the pressure on early. I know he wants to just drive a stake in as soon as he can.
Won here in 1993 with that 300 game.
And the very professional Mike Aulby taking advantage of his opposition. Mike's been doing that for a number of years.
Rick Lawrence, again, first telecast. Should he win, qualify him for the Tournament of Champions later on the PBA Fall Tour here on ESPN.
Rick Lawrence striking on lane 32. He came in light his last shot on 32, and I just wonder if that might have affected his psyche when he moved over to lane 31 to start the actual game out.
Well, nudge Randy Pedersen. You know, they bowled the final 8 games this morning, so he really didn't have a lot of time to think about the telecast or think about winning, but he nudged Randy Pedersen by just a pin to make it on the show.
Well, it actually wasn't quite as close as it ended up. He left a 3-count spare and got just one of them to make it by 1 pin. Coming right back, making a great comeback in the 3rd frame. You can see the power on the ball from Rick Lawrence. Drives the 5 pin to the right. Trust me, it's going to fall.
Mike Aulby started off slowly, 22nd after the opening round, made his way up, qualified 4th. And a solid 7 for Mike Aulby. Really thought he had it there. A lot of corner pin problems this week for both the right-handers and the left-handers. Mike, a big Islanders fan, although not doing so well, so he told me to keep it quiet. But, you know me. Wife watching back home, Tammy. 2 children, CJ, Chris, and Danielle. In fact, CJ's birthday. He'll be 10 tomorrow. No problem with that 7-pin spare.
You know, you alluded to earlier about Aulby shooting 300 in the title match here in 1993. He actually needed the first strike in the 10th to win that match against David Ozio. He shot 279. So Mike certainly no stranger to lanes 31 and 32 here at Northrock Lanes.
There's the score. Aulby with the early lead up in the 4th.
Here comes the messenger. Goes right in front.
Boy, that was a pretty shot off the hand of Mike Aulby.
Now the head pin is going to go to the sideboard. Here it goes to your right. Now coming back. Looks like it's got to touch it. Curves out of the way. Leaves the 7-pin, and the reaction of Mike Aulby. Disbelief.
Aulby, no problem, picking up that 7-pin, so it's Mike Aulby now by just 10 over Rick Lawrence.
Some of the Wichita State Shockers here enjoying the competition.
Well, Rick Lawrence started off slowly and opened in the 1st frame, but he's come roaring back.
Well, he has, and he has the opportunity here in the 4th frame to tie up this match. Actually, he could take a 1-pin lead.
in a row for Rick Lawrence. Time now for Dexter's Footwork of the Pros.
Well, here we have Rick Lawrence with very slow, small steps, which accommodate his short and soft swing. Got a very solid look at the foul line, and watch how he's perfectly perpendicular to his target. That's this week's Dexter Footwork of the Pros. And the lead. Boy, he doesn't look nervous right now, Phil. He took care of business after that open in the first frame.
4 in a row for Rick Lawrence. Now Mike Aulby trails by 11 up in the 5th frame, and easy style.
Well, yeah, very fluid. Ball in the 1-2 pocket, high flush.
Another stubborn 7-pin for Aulby.
And really not much that Mike can do right now about the 7-pin, except to, you know, maybe just, as he said, to keep his speed slower. That was the key to the carry this week. So he's going to have to try and take care of this, make the 7-pin, and then work on keeping that speed just a little bit slower.
9 cashes out of 16 events so far this year. It's really been a disappointing season for Aulby, as he picks it up. His last win in the ABC Masters. And he's the only player to win what they call the Super Slam. The PBA National Championship, did that twice. The U.S. Open in 1989, the Brunswick World Tournament of Champions in 95, the Touring Players Championship, and the ABC Masters. Boy.
Now 26 titles in all, and trying to get himself back into this match. And another solid 7-pin.
He has thrown a near perfect game, just leaving some 7-pins here in this first match. And Rick Lawrence, after an open, if you just joined us, he has strung 4 in a row to take the lead midway through this opening match.
Aulby switching balls to pick up the 7-pin. Very important to have the right combination in order to get the carry.
217 average this year. Another 7-pin. That's 4 7-pins in a row for Aulby. Now Lawrence, a little bit bigger lead.
Well, he's got a nicer 4-bagger. He's got 4 strikes. It looks wide. Ball came back to the pocket, but it wasn't that down and in line shot like it had been in the previous frames. We'll take a look. Watch, this ball starts hooking back into the pocket. Comes in just a little bit late. 4-pin goes around the bottom of the 7-pin, and he's surprised.
So
he thought he had it.
You want that ball to finish a little bit more at the back end?
Well, he wants the ball to be more on line and not really hook in hard.
Picks it up, not the line that Aulby's playing at this point.